She can't do an interview. She's barely competent, and she can't do an interview.
After years of doing interviews as a senator, and then as a presidential candidate in the run-up to 2020, and then as a VP nominee, and then as the vice president, Kamala Harris did a major media blitz in the last 72 hours. It started with an interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which was posted on Sunday. Host Alex Cooper revealed that being the vice president and all meant that the interview time had to fit into Kamala's schedule.
Okay, you guys, I got on the plane in the morning to go to Vegas, and I was going to do this interview in Vegas because the VP was there. This may not be happening now because there is the hurricane happening on the East Coast, and she may need to fly there tonight. If she has to cancel, I completely understand. A natural disaster is more important. Just going to have to reschedule. So we rebuilt basically my studio in DC. The interview didn't end up happening then. It got pushed about 5 hours. I was told that the vice president had national matters to attend to. We got the call. It is officially go time. Former President Trump recently told women, "You will be protected and I will be your protector."
So he who, when he was president, hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did just as he intended. And there are now 20 states with Trump abortion bans.
So Kamala made the time. Trump.
We reached out to former President Donald Trump to come on the show. If he also wants to have a meaningful, in-depth conversation about women's rights in this country, then he is welcome on Call Her Daddy anytime.
Also airing on Sunday, Kamala made minutes for 60 Minutes and their election special.
But unfortunately, last week, Trump canceled.
Donald Trump will not go on any show that will fact-check him.
That was Sunny Hostin's thought after the View's live show on Tuesday, which included a visit from a VIP.
So we are thrilled that joining us right now for her very first talk show appearance and live TV interview appearance since accepting the Democratic presidential nomination. Please welcome back.
For the intro, we'll be stuck to the teleprompter script as it was until, I'm guessing it said, Vice President Kamala Harris.
The next president of the United States.
Yeah, The View was Kamala's first stop on a day of media interviews in New York City.
And your live show, so I just can't stress enough. This hurricane coming to Florida is
Catastrophic.
It is and predicted to be historic in terms of how serious and devastating it will be. And I urge every and anybody who is watching, if they're telling you to evacuate, get your stuff and go.
After wrapping the View appearance at 11:40, Kamala headed over to see Howard Stern for a live interview at 1 p.m.
It's me, Howard. I'm here on a special day. I was supposed to have a day off. I'd only come in for the Vice President of the United States because right now is my nap time.
I'll try not to fall asleep during this interview.
Last month on Fox News, the only major network that Trump will allow to interview him, and coincidentally won't fact check him, because he falsely claimed that Howard Stern doesn't have a very big crowd tuning in.
He went woke.
Yeah.
And since he's gone woke, his ratings have gone down the tubes.
Howard Stern's audience on SiriusXM is estimated to be about 20 million. Yeah. So that's why you see celebrities go to his studio and sit down for a 45 to 60-minute interview.
What was so amazing about 60 Minutes is the fact that Trump turned it down.
Yeah.
I mean, it just says so much. He didn't want to be fact-checked. This is maddening. This is insanity. What do you mean you don't want to be fact-checked?
We invited Kamala Harris to be our guest this evening, and she accepted. That interview in a moment. In the interest of fairness, we also invited former President Donald Trump to go himself. He declined our offer.
Yeah, Kamala's last stop of the day was to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
When you lost millions of jobs, you lost manufacturing, you lost automotive plants, you lost the election. What does that make you? A loser.
So Trump turned down a second debate against Kamala because, it went so well for him the first time.
And remember this, she is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away from Biden. I don't know the gentleman, she says. She is Biden.
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden, and I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country.
Well, I think you just lost the second debate, Mr. Trump. I think you know it. Yeah, so what do you think of, Kamala's out there doing interviews. Where is Trump? What do you think?
Both campaigns understood this special would go ahead if either candidate backed out.